Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm talking about top 10 characters who deserve better, so let's get into it. Welcome back to the next SamDjanShow. Today I'm talking about top 10 characters who deserve better. Boy, don't get to subscribe, notification bells up. And so I'm going to get mainly movies and TV characters who deserve better. Now I think there's only one movie character, the rest are all TV. Before I do, don't get to subscribe, notification bell. Now, I've picked some characters. I picked 10 characters and 5 honorable mentions of characters in TV shows and movies who I think deserve better, and they just weren't given a proper ending on their show. So let's get into it. So at number 10, I have Fiona Gallagher from Shameless. I'm only going to talk about the one from the US one. I'm not going to talk about the one from the UK one because the UK one really wasn't on the show. She was only like 2 seasons and then the last episode of season 11. So I'm going to talk about Fiona. She's played by Emmy Rossum. She was in the first 9 seasons, then she left the show. Now, Fiona was the oldest of all the Gallagher, was the oldest child of the Gallaghers, and she was the oldest. So she had 5 other siblings. She had Lip, Ian, Debbie, Carl, and Liam, and she had to look after all of them. And basically, her father was basically an alcoholic, and then her mother pretty much left, and then she was bipolar. And yeah, the thing with Fiona, I really liked her on the show. I think Emmy Rossum did a good job. She had 9 seasons. I liked how she stayed the show majority of the run, but yeah, I think the actress wanted to leave the show, and yeah, so she left, and that's pretty much it. And on the show, they didn't really give her. She didn't really have stuff to do. She had to take care of the kids. She had to leave school. Yeah, in season 4, obviously she leaves coke out. Liam swallows it, and then she goes to jail, and then all that, which is season 4. Which I think season 4 was the darkest season of the show. And I like her character development. I kind of wish she did give her a bit more. And I kind of wish she ended up with Steve in the end, which I kind of think that's what they did. But yeah, Fiona, she was good. I kind of wish she deserved a bit more than what she was given. And I think Emmy Rossum was good. I kind of wish she stayed season 10 and 11. I think if she stayed the entire show. But yes, season 9 and 10, 10 and 11 just on. I think 11's fine. I think 10 I just can't sit through. So yeah. Number 9 I have Jenny Humphrey from Gossip Girl. Now Gossip Girl was a show on the CW. It was based on the book series. I've not read the books, and now Jenny Humphrey is kind of mixed. Some people like her, some people don't. I liked her. I feel like she was mistreated on the show, and yeah, she was played by Taylor Momsen. Taylor Momsen. She was also in The Grinch. Now Taylor Momsen, she doesn't act anymore. She's a musician now. Her band is The Pretty Reckless, and yeah, she was obviously the youngest one. She was Dan's younger sister, and yeah, she all the stuff that happened to her is the first. Yeah, and people like blame her, saying that she's done sort of worse stuff. Like Serena and like Blair have done way worse. And yeah, season 1 I think she's fine. I think season 1 she gets raped by Chuck. She almost gets raped by Chuck in the first episode, and raped it. And then Chuck didn't get nothing. He didn't get nothing from that. It got brought up one time. I think Rufus found out about it and confronted Chuck, but that was it. Season 2. The whole thing with she wanted to be a fashion designer, the whole thing with Agnes. And then season 3, she's pretty much she meets this boy called Damien, I think, in season 2 or 3. And then yeah, so basically she sleeps with Chuck, and then basically Blair banishes her from the Upper East Side, and then she comes back in season 4 because she had an interview, and then she comes back. I think she comes back with she works with Vanessa and Juliet to get revenge on Serena, and then she pretty much gets in trouble with Rufus and the way Rufus treated her. And yeah, I think after that, her relationship with Vanessa was pretty much damaged. But yeah, this is what I think they should have done. After she left season 3, they shouldn't have brought her back. She should have just had her show, The It Girl, which there actually is a spin-off books called The It Girl, which they didn't do. But Now she did come back in the finale, like in one scene, and yeah, I kind of wish Jenny deserved a bit better, but yeah. So number 8, I have Freddy Benson for my Carly, and I like iCarly. It's not my favorite Dan Schneider show. I kind of prefer Drake and Josh, but I like Freddy. Freddy's the tech guy. He's played by Nathan Kress, and yeah. Also, I forgot Jenny was played by Taylor Momsen. Freddy's played by Nathan Kress, and I thought he was going to show he was a tech guy on iCarly. And now the thing with Freddy Benson is that I think he's a really good character, and I feel like he just got mistreated by so many people. Um, like yeah, he's friends with I guess start with Carly. Now he has a crush on Carly in the early episodes, in the early um seasons. Obviously, she liked Carly. Obviously, Carly doesn't like her back, and then his mother is kind of overprotective of him. And then he moved out. I kind of wish they kept that where he moved out. Then she changes, and then Sam pretty much bullies him constantly, insults him, and even if it's not that, the way they treat him, like I Meet Fred and all that. And yeah, Freddy is just he's the tech guy, and obviously the way that he gets treated, he gets by Sam, he gets beaten up all the time, and it's basically played for laughs and that. Which obviously as a kid I was funny. Obviously now I'm older, I'm not. Yeah, like in the reboot, I think he's a bit better. Obviously he has a stepdaughter called Millicent, and yeah, so I think he's better, but yeah, the original series, yeah. So number 7, I have Josh Nichols from Drake and Josh. Now, um, he's played by Josh Peck. If you don't know Josh Peck, he was in the Amanda Show with Drake Bell, and then obviously they liked him. The chemistry between them were good. They had their own show, Drake and Josh. And I like Drake and I like Josh. I kind of prefer Josh. So yeah, Josh Nichols. I feel like Josh Peck does a good job with this character. In the early seasons, obviously, he was the unpopular person and Drake was the popular one. He's the homework, he was smart, and then the way they treat Josh on the show is kind of like and yeah, obviously he was a bit plus size, and then he lost weight, and then even when he lost weight, they still treated him like the people who treat him like Hella and Megan. All the stuff pretty much. Cause I used to like Drake. I used to like Drake when I was young. As I'm older, I kind of like Josh more. Cause I liked how Josh was. All the stuff that Drake put him through. The only bad stuff Drake got was when he got pranked by Megan, because Megan pranks both of them. But like Josh always got like Josh is done and where he missed his exam, and then he gets blamed for something Drake did, and the there's um there's others, Vicious by Tiberius. There's others, but yeah, the thing with Josh, I kind of wish he got better. Oh, yeah, he gets arrested in the Merry Christmas Drake and Josh. And yeah, the stuff they do with Josh. He gets in a fight with Buck. That was the first episode, and then the whole thing. And yeah, so that's pretty much it with Josh. I do like the character, and I kind of wish I would want them to bring it back, Drake and Josh. But yeah, then obviously we found out that Drake and Josh there was beef between them, and they said they weren't friends, which I think they've made up now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so let's go into number 6, Jenny Schechter from The L Word. Now she was played by Mia Kirshner, and I like Jenny. Now Jenny's not my favorite character. I kind of prefer. I like Alice. I like all of them. Alice, Tina, Shane, and Kit, and yeah. So Jenny comes in season 1, and she's married to Tim, and and basically she meets this girl called she meets this girl in season 1, and she falls in love with her, and then And yeah, so basically, yeah, Marina Ferrer, played by Karina Lombard, and yeah, she falls in love with her, and then obviously Tim finds out, and then she's pretty much a lesbian. And I like Jenny. I think she's fine in one. Season two, she goes. I think she had trauma. She wanted to go back to her past, and that was season two. And when we get to three, four, and five, the people just the way they mistreat her, and then she gets with, and then Shane pretty much sleeps with Nikki that she liked, and then she gets with Shane, which I didn't mind her with Shane. I think they were kind of heading there. I just feel like the way they did it just wasn't the way it was executed, and then she dies. Basically, spoiler alert: season six, she dies in the beginning, and then we find out who kills Jenny, which I don't think any of them killed Jenny. But I kind of wish she got better. But yeah, they killed her off, and yeah, she gets so much hate. I don't know why. I actually really like Jenny. And I feel like Mila Kirshner did a good job. I just feel like the writing kind of failed her. And so yeah. Number five, I have Trina Vega from Victorious, another Dan Schneider show. She's the sister of Tori Vega. And the thing with Trina Vega, she is she's Tori's older sister. She basically acts like she's the most talented person at Hollywood Oz. Um, Despite everyone saying that she's talentless to the point where the students question how she got in, which we found out how Trina got in. People say she's obnoxious, she's self-centered, she's a narcissist. I think the reason why she's a narcissist is that I just feel like the people didn't appreciate her parents, which I didn't like her parents, Tori. I feel like I feel like with Trina she just wanted to be accepted, and I feel like the people treated her just yeah, and I just feel like that people think that they don't like her. She's not talented, which she is talented. She did martial arts, which I don't know why she didn't do that stuff singing. Like we get it, she doesn't sing. And people they act like she's the worst character. Like when I was younger, I didn't like Trina. I think when I'm older, I kind of like Trina because they made it out like she was the worst character and she wasn't. And they basically said she's not attractive. I'm like, she's attractive, and I like Trina. And I hope now we are getting a spin-off series called Hollywood Arts, and I hope they fix Trina and they kind of give her the respect she deserved in that unlike the original series. But I like Trina. I think Daniela Monet did a good job with the character. And and yeah, so she was the oldest actress out of all of them. And yeah, so she's coming back in the spin-off series, which is I think is either this year or next year. We just have to wait and see. Number four, I have Alan Harper from Two and a Half Men. Now he's played by John Cryer, and he's the younger brother of Charlie. Basically, he moves into the Malibu beach house with Charlie, with his son Jake. And um, now the thing with Alan is that he's just like yeah. I think most of it why is that he's freeloading, his lack of financial responsibility, his manipulative behavior, and the way that people treat him. Like I think in the early seasons, I think the way that he got treated was kind of like because of his actions. But I feel like when we got to season nine, he pretty much became the punching bag. And I don't think he like I get it. He lived with Charlie. He freeloaded. And then with Charlie dead, it makes no sense for him to still be at the beach house. But because he has nowhere to go, he does the same thing with Walden. And yeah, the way he's treated, the way that I'm not acting like the way he treats others. But yeah, the way people treat him, and yeah, and he didn't get I kind of wish he ended like he ended up with he was gonna go with Gretchen, and they were gonna do the wedding, and then Lindsay had to ruin it, which I didn't like him and Lindsay. I just thought it was toxic. I think it's clear Lindsay didn't like him, and yes, Alan. I don't know if they'll bring back Two and a Half Men and they maybe fix him. I don't know. Well, given how it's a sitcom, I doubt they'll do it. But yeah, number three, I have Bonnie Bennett from The Vampire Diaries. She was played by Kat Graham, and I actually liked Bonnie. She wasn't my favorite character. She was a witch, and I really liked her. Now the way they treat her on the show was basically she was with Onzo, and then they killed off Onzo, and then I think they were gonna kill her in season six, and then basically in Summerholder basically said that if they killed her, he would leave the show. And yeah, and they wouldn't put her with any of the with Damon or Stefan, which I think honestly her and Damon when they were trapped in season 6, people thought that and they didn't do it, and yeah, Bonnie has now Bonnie Bennett, Kat Graham has talked about the way she was treated on the show on set, and yeah, basically she said she doesn't want to come back to play Bonnie, and yeah, they've asked her to come back, and I think it's clear she doesn't want to. Which I think Kat Graham, I think she was a really good actress. I feel like the way they treated Bonnie on the show just wasn't great, and I feel like the writing failed her. And yeah, so it's Bonnie Bennett. Number 2, I have Meg Griffin from Family Guy. Now Meg Griffin is the oldest child of the Griffin family. She has two brothers, Chris and Stewie. The way they treat Meg on the show is like she's the punching bag. She always gets beat up and stuff. And yeah, she's played by Mila Kunis. Now she was played by Lacey Chambers and Rachel McFarlane, but season 2 on, which is played by Mila Kunis. And I feel like Mila Kunis does a good job voicing her. Obviously the way Meg gets treated, like I don't think they would ever fix it because it's a sitcom, and I don't think they'll ever do it. But I like Meg. I kind of wish she deserved better. And yeah. Now I have some honorable mentions. Now I have Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Obviously he does the drugs thing with Walt, and the way Walt treated him on the show, and then it just. I feel like Jesse was good. The when he got involved with Walter White is just yeah. So he was in Breaking Bad, then he was in El Camino, which is kind of a continuation, and yeah, Aaron Paul did a good job. I really liked Aaron Paul, and and yeah, I thought he was good on the show. I really liked him, and yeah. So the next I have Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter. She was played by Bonnie Wright, and now the thing with Ginny Weasley, I thought she was good. I feel like Bonnie Wright did a good job. I feel like the most of it was to do with the writing with Ginny. They just didn't give her a lot to do, and yeah, they just really didn't give her a lot to do. I think the most they did her with would probably Chamber of Secrets, but no, I think Half Blood Prince, and the whole thing with her and Harry Potter wasn't properly done, and yeah, I hope the TV show they fix her, and I hope she does justice. Even Bonnie Wright has basically said she wants justice done with Ginny. This is the only movie character, so let's have Kenny McCormick from South Park. He was one of the main characters, and Kenny McCormick, he was voiced by Matt Stone, and yeah, obviously he wears the hood, which you finally saw him without the hood and stuff, but big long in the car. Now there was this running gag on the show where Kenny would get killed off in the first 5 seasons, and then basically the creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker Matt Stone, they got kind of tired of killing off Kenny, so they killed him off for good in season 5, and Kenny dies. And then it was pretty much that they got Butters to join the group, and then they had Tweak. And then Kenny shows up in the last episode, season 6, writes Ledger down. And yeah, he doesn't die as much as he used to. And I like Kenny. Now Kenny's my favorite character, and I kind of wish they don't really kill him anymore, and I feel like the creators they kind of got tired of it. So yes, Kenny. Next I got Rachel Gatina. Now Rachel Gatina was in One Tree Hill. She was played by she was played by Danielle Ackles. And she comes in the show in season 3, and she's pretty much a foil to Brooke and the cheerleading squad, and then she gets with Lucas, and then that's pretty much it. Then Brooke gets jealous, and that was pretty much it. And then she released a time capsule, and then which obviously with Jimmy Edwards, he kills himself, and then obviously Keith gets killed by Dan. And then she comes back in season 4, and they kind of fix her. They give her a redemption arc. And then the whole thing with Cooper, that was on season 3 and season 4. And that was pretty much it. Now then she graduated even though she got expelled for the whole calculus test. Now season 5, she comes back in 2 episodes where she's drunk, and then basically Brooke helps her, and then Victoria comes back, and then she basically like insults her, and then she leaves. And she comes back in season 7, and she's married to Dan. Which I don't know why they did it. They didn't even need to bring her back. Which I actually like Rachel, and I feel like Rachel they could have fixed her. Like hopefully in the sequel series they might fix her. But yeah. And then also the final one in the honorable mentions is Raj Koothrappali from The Big Bang Theory. Now I like Raj. I think he's probably one of my favorite characters. No, he's played by Kunal Nair, and yeah, obviously he's the friend. He's the friend of what the group Howard, Sheldon, and Leonard. I actually like Raj. Now, obviously, the first 6 seasons he couldn't talk to women. The only way he could talk to women is if he's drunk, and then season 6 he finally talks to women, and then he was with lots of Emily. Then he had Emily, the deaf Emily. Then the other Emily, and then Lucy and Claire, and I liked Raj. I thought he was really good, and yeah, he was probably one of the most likable people on the show. And yeah, and obviously everyone gets together and they get married. He's the only one that wasn't married. Pretty much, he's the only one that's single. Even Stuart got with Denise. And when the show ended, I was kind of pissed he didn't end up with anyone because I really liked Raj, and I kind of wish he deserved to be with someone. And I don't know if they'll fix it. No, we are getting a Stewart spin-off show. I don't know if Kuno Naya will come back, but it's Raj. Now number 1, I have Marissa Cooper from the OC. Now Marissa Cooper, she was played by Misha Barton. She was in the OC the first 3 seasons, and yeah. Now I did talk. Her mom and dad were actually on the West. Moms and dads. Marissa Cooper, she was the girl that she deserved so much better than what she was given. Like season 1, she was fine, and then obviously she gets drugged in season 1, and then the whole thing with Oliver. Then season 2, she gets with Alex, played by Olivia Wilde, and so yeah. And then season 3, she was going to go with her in the graduate. She was going to go with her dad to Greece. She was going to have a fresh start. But obviously, there was a car crash, and then she dies in Ryan's arms, and then that was pretty much it, which sucked. And I really liked Marissa. She was kind of the tragic girl. See, I kind of compare her with Peyton, but I think the difference between her and Peyton is I think Peyton from One Tree Hill. I kind of think Peyton kind of got her ending. She left Tree Hill. She was married to Lucas, and then she also had a child. But the thing with Marissa, she just really didn't get anything, and then they killed her off. And I feel like when they killed her off, it killed the show. Because we had season 4 and it just wasn't the same, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Marissa Cooper, I think she's the character deserved so much better what she was given, and I feel like the storylines, they always put her in storylines where she was in danger and stuff. They did it with Peyton as well, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye.